to heat that crappy ditch hay anymore. Morning, folks. We just let the cows out to pasture and we're folding up because we got rained out on this field. Dad got about to here, just a couple rounds left, and a random big storm came through. Luckily, the land that I'm renting, about 30 minutes northeast of here, got less rain. So I think we're gonna be able to plant that. So we're gonna have to take this home, dump the seed out of the boxes that's already in it, and load it up with some of my seed. It's a little messing around, but we gotta plant where we can. It's getting late in the year. This is what springtime feels like for me. Like if I were in my deathbed and I was just thinking about springtime, it would be a hot sun, but still feeling the cool off the concrete in here, and the smell of burning propane while moving seed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite a life you got there, fella.
I see.
Mine is the stench of the manure out in the feedlot wafting over the yard as the flies multiply.
Mine's a little more positive than yours.
Well, you've got a long ways to go. You'll get there, fella.
Planter's loaded up, hour-and-a-half drive out there to that field north of Artesian. Last video you saw, there's some wet spots out there we're not gonna get. Maybe a few weeks from now if we start doing some replant stuff, filling in wet spots. It's nice our fuel supplier is right here, that way we can refill on after half the trek. You guys in the US probably heard a lot about the recent solar flares. I mean, they're seeing the Aurora Borealis down in Florida. That's pretty neat. One thing many of you folks that aren't farmers may not know is those geomagnetic events affect radio waves, which is how our receivers talk to the satellites. And so a lot of people this last week, you know, trying to get in the field, you know, find something that's dry enough to go, and then their GPS isn't working and their auto steer's not working. So then of course the people that have ground drive planters with markers still on them, they say, well, we're still going. It's been tough for a lot of these folks that rely a lot on the GPS receivers. So we're in the main yard at the rented ground. Next field we're hitting is about 8 miles away. Then we'll come back, hit a few on the main yard, and then head back home and start working on some of Dad's acres. Plenty good. This alfalfa was planted 6 days ago now. I'm kind of curious to see how that corn's coming. Got a ways to go yet. Dirt still feels a little cool, but yesterday was 80. Today's gonna be 80. Should start shooting up pretty quick here. I can see the dark soil from here. We got some moist. Hopefully we don't have regrets today. Hopefully these spots are ready to go tomorrow, because believe it or not, there's rain in the forecast a few days out, so we're trying to get some stuff hammered out before that comes. But we're officially punting. We're starting to realize we're not going to get every acre this year, at least not right away and on time like we want to. On the bright side, we're starting with some good moisture. I saw a neighbor get stuck planting some corn stalks yesterday. Big water sitting over there. These stalks make it harder to see the wet spots. There's these corn stalks right next to the field we were just in. I'm just thinking while I'm here I might as well hit some stuff, even though we probably won't be planting in here in another 2 weeks. I mean, we got standing water in places. We gotta get some stuff marked out and drying up. I did tillage for about 2 minutes and spun back around, headed towards the gate. Holy smokes, it's wet out there. We're getting the heck out. Hopefully it just doesn't rain for 2 weeks. That's a mess. We're getting a little mud buildup, but these things are staying clean. That's good. We've owned a few pieces of tillage equipment that these baskets in the back fill up with mud. Now this one's got the patented scraper in there, so that's supposed to keep it clean. But it is possible if a rock wedges in, then it really binds it up against this this cleaning bar, and then you're just dragging. We haven't had that happen yet. Heard it can happen. We got some standing water. We got some dark mud. Let's hit it and quit it. I think I see a hydraulic leak that I might have to deal with when I get home. Head down the road, get some lunch. fishing on this bridge this morning. Actually, one of my good friends caught a catfish years ago, probably a decade ago. It was like this big. A lot of catfish and bullheads in this part of the world. We can see some leaking going on right here. Clearly coming from that fitting. And that's for wing pressure, I would say. If I were a betting man. Seems like we got one here too. Suppose we've had this tillage machine for 3 years. First kind of repair we've had to do on it. Just tightening some fittings, not a big deal. Yeah, that was definitely leaking too. Look at that. Believe it or not, that is not the mud that I was tilling. Hello?
Hello, I come bearing gifts.
The flowers are for me?
If your name is Bob.
Oh. No, that's not my name. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was nice of Tiffany to bring me some lunch. We're back to the homeland. One thing a little concerning, don't like to see. Over there you see those big clouds that shoot up. Those are some thunderheads down there. Could strike up a storm. You know, it's a hot day. We definitely have humidity. And for some reason it wants to rain these days. So we could get a storm running through. Nothing in the forecast as of yet. But we're going to start hitting some fields, drying them out, and hoping Dad can plant them in the next 2 days. We also have a few weeds popping up, so we're going to take care of that. It's a nice thing about a hot day, you know, you get those roots exposed to the air and the sun, and it'll dry out and kill weeds real fast. I thought I was gonna get a lot of it, and that was that's not good. Not good. All that. Stay away from it. I was too focused to check out my percent slip, but I bet it was high. I bet it was dang near 50%. We saw those thunderheads earlier, and now it's starting to get blue in the south. God dang it, if it rains, I'm gonna be mad. Just keep getting so close to being ready to plant a bunch of acres, and then we get these rains that come through. Now it ain't coming yet, so maybe it won't hit us. Looks like a wall of thunderheads with dark clouds underneath them. I think we tilled everything that would hold me without getting stuck. Might have to mow some lawn. Pretty soon I'll have mowed the lawn this spring as many times as I did all last summer. Well folks, I think we hit everything we want to today, and tomorrow and the next day hopefully we get a few hundred acres planted before the next possible rain. Thanks for watching everybody. Love to see you next time. Have a good one. Do you think our cantaloupe will survive?
Let me get in the ground
Drink!
first.
Drink!